Okay, today we're going to be transforming a figure on the coordinate plane using translations. Before we do that, we need to understand what a transformation is, and a transformation for us is going to be an operation that maps an original geometric figure onto a new image, okay? So taking, for example, this image, okay, the original is going to be called the pre-image, and then the image is going to be the new figure, okay? And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be using a translation. So a translation for us is a slide transformation that moves all points of a figure the same distance and in the same direction. So if I have this figure here, all I'm going to do is going to slide it somewhere, either left or right, and then up and down to get to a new location, okay? So it's a slide transformation. There is a rule that you can follow. We have the coordinate x, y. We can add something to x, which we will call a, and that number moves that x coordinate either to the left or to the right, depending on whether that number is going to be positive or negative. So left will be we're subtracting, and right would be we would be adding. For the y coordinate, the same thing, we're going to be adding b to it. And again, b is moving the y coordinate down or up. If it's going to move down, that means that we are taking a number away from y. And if we're moving up, that means that we're going to be adding. Okay? So again, translation, we're moving same distance, same direction, and all of the points. Okay, this is a slide transformation. Okay, so we're going to start with something pretty basic. We're going to be translating this figure 2 units to the right and 4 units down. So I'm going to be using a different color so that you can see where my image will be. Remember, image is the new figure, and the one that is already on the coordinate plane is your pre-image or the original geometric figure. So I want to translate this 2 units to the right and 4 units down. Now, to show you what this looks like with our notation, okay, using this notation, every coordinate x comma y is going to saying 2 units to the right. To the right means we're going to be adding 2 units to the x coordinate, and 4 units down. If I look at down, down means subtract. So y minus the 4. Okay, so this is the notation that would correspond with these English directions. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to take this point S and we're going to move it, slide it 2 units to the right and 4 units down. So I'm going to take S and I'm going to count 1, 2 units to the right, and now I'm going to count 4 units down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I'm going to put my new point here and label it S prime. And prime is like a little apostrophe on the top of that S. Okay? I'm going to do the same thing to all of the points in this pre-image original geometric figure. So I'm going to do the same for T. 2 units to the right. 1, 2, and 4 units down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Draw your point, label it. This is now T prime. And I'm going to do the same thing to R. So we're going to go 2 to the right, 1, 2, and now 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Draw your dot and label it. This is now R prime. So we know that we are done when we now draw the shape, and now this becomes our image. Make sure that you use a straight edge so that everything is nice and precise. And there you have it. Okay? So we took our pre-image and we slid it 2 units to the right and 4 units down, and this is our new location. Notice that our image did not get bigger or smaller the dimensions of the shape stay the same. Okay? All right. Let's try a few more. We're going to now go to this one here. We're going to translate using the notation. So we want to actually write down what it says in English so that we don't make any mistakes. Okay? So this is telling us that we want to move X, and if you notice, there's no number being added or taken away from it. So that means that we stay there. Okay? So my English directions means that we're going to stay there. And then we have to move either up or down depending on this number that is being added or subtracted from y. It says -7, which means we're going to be going down. So then we're going to go 7 units down. Okay? By stay there, I mean I'm not moving left or right. So we are going to just wait until we perform the second translation. Okay? So here we go. So from Q, I stay there, and now I'm going to move 7 units down. So I'm going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This now becomes Q prime. I'm going to do the same with P. I'm not moving left or right, but I am moving down 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Label it P prime. S, move it 7 spaces down because we need to stay there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is now S prime. And the last one are 7 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Label it. This is now R prime. Make sure to use a straight edge to draw everything nice and straight. And there you have it. Okay? Again, if you need to slow down, make sure to pause the video. You can play it back. Do what you need to do. Here goes my next one. We're going to be translating this particular figure. So I want to write the English directions for this. So it looks like I'm going to be moving left or right depending on the number that is attached to X. Because we're taking 1 away, that means we're moving to the left 1 unit. So I'm going to say 1 unit left. And then it looks like for Y, there's nothing there being added or taken away. Therefore, we're going to stay there, okay, after we move 1 unit to the left, okay? So no movement. So let's get started. I have L. I have to move 1 unit to the left. So 1 unit to the left and stay there means I don't move up or down. So this now becomes my L prime. M, 1 to the left, lands on L, but I still have to label it with M prime. K moves 1 to the left, label it K prime. And N, 1 to the left, and that's N prime. Use your straight edge if you need it. Okay. And there's my next translation. Okay, our next example, what we want to do is we want to figure out what rule was used to complete this transformation. So we need to figure out which one is our original, and our original is always going to be the figure that doesn't have the little apostrophes, the primes. And then the ones that have the primes are usually our copy. So we're going to figure out what happened from one of these points, F, for example, to get to F prime. Okay, now remember, we always want to describe our movements left, right first, and then up, down. Okay, so to get from F to F prime, it looks like we're not moving to the right, but we are moving to the left, and then we're going to be traveling down. Okay, so then all we have to do is count how many we moved left, how many we moved down. And it looks like we have 3 units to the left and 3 units down. Now all we have to do is take that information and now write it in our appropriate notation showing what is happening to x comma y. And in this case, for all of our ordered pairs in this particular figure, we're going to be moving 3 units to the left, so x minus 3, and 3 units down, which is y minus 3. Okay? Now our last one, we want to now take this transformation, we're going to translate our triangle by using these directions. So again, please write your directions in English so that you know with words what's happening. Remember, your first one's always left-right, your second one is always up-down. So it looks like we're going to be moving 2 units, minus 2 means to the left, and then 1 unit, because it's positive, that means we're going to go up. Okay? So here we go. We're going to go take whichever point you want. It doesn't really matter what you start with. I'm going to move 2 to the left, 1, 2, and then 1 up, G prime. Okay. Now, to finish this off, I want to make sure you know how to write the coordinates for each of your points for your prime image. So this point G prime is located at, we go 0, we go to 2, and then 0. We moved negative 2, so 2 to the left, and then 0. We didn't go up or down. F, we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to move 2 spaces to the left, 1 up. This is now F prime. And we will be writing F prime, the coordinate. So F prime from the origin, it's going left nor right, so that means it's 0. And then we're going up 1, so that's 0. And then E, we're going to do the same thing, 2 units to the left, 1 up. So 1, 2 to the left, 1 up. This is now E prime. We're going to write the coordinates of E prime. So from the origin, I'm going to travel 1 to the right and 1, 2, 3 down. So 1 to the right means positive 1, and then 3 down means negative 3. Okay. Make sure to use your straight edge to draw your shape so that it's nice and accurate. Okay, now I hope that this clarifies how to transform a figure on the coordinate plane using translations.